Hello, Audio Marks, coming to you from the Sachem Public Library. Welcome to the Marks for Life podcast with your hosts, Jimmy and CJ, two casuals turned Marks wrestling fans, to give you a direct line to all things in the squared circle. Enter the ring at your own risk. We pull no punches, we hit hard, and we will slam you with all the info you need to know. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? I said... And welcome, Audio Marks, to the Marks for Life podcast special edition, where we will be covering the current SummerSlam card for August 10th.
Yeah, man. Ooh. Just gonna be on vacation for the next couple of days, so yeah, gonna enjoy that. But probably gonna miss Brooklyn, and possibly miss SummerSlam, so I won't be able to see it.
Trust me, I'm gonna be on vacation too.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I'm going to the Outer Banks that weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm out too. Shoot. But I'll be keeping up with
my
it.
vacation plans changed so much.
How so?
Originally, we were supposed to go to Bermuda for a cruise. That got changed to Jamaica, to a flight down there. Then it got rechanged, so currently, right now, we're supposed to be going to Disney for 2 days, and then, because he's doing that, like, what the hell face. We're supposed to go to Disney for 2 days, and then Bahamas for the last 3, and then back home. So currently, right now, it's Disney and Bahamas.
Why do they keep changing it?
Oh, because the travel agent's trying to sponge more money.
And they're listening.
Well, by then we would already be on our way. So,
True.
Anyway, we're not going to do any podcast housekeeping. We're not going to ask how we're doing. We just did like that whole, we're going to be on vacation. So that's what we're doing. But
this will be a special edition for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna name the current SummerSlam predictions card, as well as what we're going to think the current plans are for a couple of other cards that have not
been
announced.
Stated or announced, because the card's still not complete.
Yes.
As of right now, it is August
10th.
Which is when we're doing this.
So pre-release, our predictions. We will be also giving a full predictions on our social media pages. So tune in for those. If you guys look at the if you guys look at our Instagram pages, we will be doing another contest. We will be doing special shout outs, and which I think we should be doing this. If you guys get the most correct, let us know. Not only will you get a shout out, but you will be one of the first people to get our T-shirt.
T-shirt?
No, that's gonna be official. By the time I come back, we're gonna have 2 separate T-shirt designs.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
All right. You gotta show me before we gotta not preemptively tell. You gotta tell me before we start. Saying it on the podcast like that. You just surprised me.
Good.
All right.
In this day and age, you gotta be
spontaneous.
Yeah, but we are having those T-shirts designed. Figured we might as well release that on the special edition of this podcast, that we are going to be having T-shirts. So once we figure out how to way to sell them, if you guys participate and you guys get a correct one, you will get a special discounted one.
All right. For right now, I think how we're going to do this predictions, though, we're going to start with our speculations for several matches that we're thinking are going to go on the card, and then we'll go into what has already been stated.
Yes. So the current lineup of the card right now, it's going to be Raw Women's Championship, Alexa Bliss versus either Nia Jax versus Sasha Banks, which will be determined this upcoming Raw. We have John Cena versus Baron Corbin, Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt, Big Show versus Big Cass with Enzo Amore being suspended in a shark cage, Randy Orton versus Rusev, Neville versus Akira Tozawa versus for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship, The New Day versus the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens with special guest referee Shane McMahon for the United States Championship, Naomi versus Natalya for the SmackDown Women's Championship, Jinder Mahal with the Singh brothers versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE Championship, and Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman versus Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe and versus Braun Strowman in a fatal 4-way for the WWE Universal Championship.
What a mouthful.
Yes.
One last thing. The last predictions we had to do was who was going to get the number one contendership. And I had stated that if Nakamura wins, we don't put the title on the line.
I'm still putting it on the line because I still feel like I'm going to win.
Okay.
I still feel like I'm going to win.
Fine. That's up to you. You're the champ.
All right. I'll put it up on the line.
All right.
I'm not scared.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we're going to start from the bottom up, and I guess we'll start with other matches that SummerSlam may have.
So
what do you think are going to... What do you think we're going to see?
What else do I think we're going to see? I do not think we're going to see Jason Jordan versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yet, or just not at SummerSlam?
Not at SummerSlam.
Okay.
Maybe at the following pay-per-view, let it build up. I do not think that that's going to be the case. Maybe a Miz TV segment on the kickoff show or something along that line, but I do not think we'll be seeing that. I do believe we will be seeing the Raw Tag Team Championship be defended, The Bar versus Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. And if that is the case, my prediction will be that Sheamus and Cesaro retains the Raw Tag Team Championship. I feel like that is the only other addition to the card that is going to be made. Your prediction?
I'm going to say that it's going to be Seth and Dean winning. And
Okay.
I know that's a bold prediction, but I have a story already building in my head.
Okay.
That leads up into my later prediction.
What is the story?
I'm not going to ruin it, other than the fact that they win and they're going to show up again later in that night.
Oh, okay. Do you think there will be any other matches added to the card? Or do you think it'll only be the Raw Tag Team Championship?
Not on the main show. Maybe on the kickoff we'll see like Mike Kanellis come out with Maria.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you said this a while ago when we talked about I think we talked about this. I think for
Y2J?
Yeah, I think that maybe that Chris Jericho makes like a quick appearance and maybe they have a quick match. I don't know.
I'd rather there be a build-up. If that's going to be the case, I'm going to be severely disappointed.
I mean, you would mark out a little bit.
A little bit, but I would realize like they could have just built this up from the beginning from Chris Jericho.
Unless it starts at SummerSlam and then ends at a different time.
Yeah, but I don't know. I would like to see, I don't know, a match like that should be at SummerSlam. But what do I know? I do feel like Fashion Files will make an appearance at SummerSlam.
Do you think we'll officially get
Yes.
who is been attacking them?
Yes.
I hope so. I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe like another Fashion Files, which would be nice. But hopefully they do.
Is there a
What are the chances it's going to be a new team that's not the Wyatt family, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan?
I think very slim. There's not really other teams that they can call up right now. But I thought of what they would do for the Fashion Files parody.
Yeah.
90210. Oh, no, they're in Brooklyn. Damn it. Shoot. They already did Law and Order. I got nothing now. Never mind. I take it back.
Man, there's got to be another cop show or something along those lines. It has to be. I can't think of any, though.
What, CSI?
Maybe. We don't know.
Nah, I wouldn't do CSI. That show died.
Anyway. Well, it would definitely be nice to see Fashion Files.
Oh, my God, yeah. It's going to be so nice.
All right, but let's go with the Raw Women's Championship. I almost said Tag Champion for that, but there's no Tag Team division for them. All
right, so the Raw's Women's Championship match would be Alexa Bliss defending against either Sasha Banks or Nia Jax following a number one contendership on Raw. Who you got?
Well, first, I think we should say who's going to be the number one contender, and I think we both have different ones.
Yes.
You have Sasha.
Yes, I've stated that Sasha Banks is going to win. It just makes sense. She's owed a rematch at the Great Balls of Fire debacle.
I feel that it's going to be Nia because I feel like she's like the Braun. Unfortunately, I hate putting in terms like this, but like she's the Braun Strowman of the women's division, and it just makes sense for her to get the title or get the title shot now.
I feel like it would make sense for her to build it up a little more. Just given how they have that whole Team Root thing, they should build up that breakup a little more. I feel like Sasha Banks, it would just be something definitely they could throw on the card, which was another plan they had anyways. So it's not really changing it all that much.
All right.
Don't look at my predictions. But either way, Nia Jax, Sasha Banks, doesn't matter. I feel like Alexa Bliss is going to retain.
I think you're wrong, and I think Nia is actually going to win.
You know what'll be funny? If you're wrong and Nia's not even in the match, then I automatically win.
Yeah. Well, technically we'd both lose. So if Sasha wins, technically we both lose.
Mm-hmm.
If Alexa wins, no matter what,
I still have a shot of winning in both matches.
I only have a shot at
In
winning
one.
one. I don't know. It's possible that I could be wrong by the time this goes up. And I probably will be, and I'll probably have to change my prediction.
Come on, baby. Let's go, Alexa Bliss.
I'm sticking with Nia.
All right.
All right. Let's go to the next match, which is John Cena versus Baron Corbin.
Who you got?
1, 2, 3.
Baron Corbin. Yeah.
Like, if it's John Cena, they've basically ruined Baron Corbin's career at this point.
I feel like it's just a great setup for one of the matches later on in the card if Baron Corbin were to win. And
yeah, if he wins, yeah.
And it would be a good send-off of John Cena to Raw, where later on I'm going to make a prediction because I did talk to my father about this, and we do talk wrestling. Him and his friend do a lot of fantasy booking, and I did promise that I would give his prediction on the card. Okay. So it will not count towards mine, but it will be my father's prediction. All right. So that will be interesting. But I do.
We should put him in the predictions pool then if he's just gonna start doing this.
Nah, he doesn't have an Instagram.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, but I don't know. He just wanted to do it for kicks.
All right.
Because it was actually
put him on, and then you put him in the pool just for poops and giggles anyway. So it won't be just me versus you all the time.
All right, I'll do that.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
But we won't do that for this one. We'll do it for the next one. But definitely bring it up with him. It'll be fun.
All right.
I would like to face off against Papa Jones.
Oh my God!
That's his that should be his Instagram name. It's just Papa Jones.
Yo, he hates social media. He hates it.
Anyway, both going with Baron Corbin. If John Cena wins, it'll be a huge detriment to Baron Corbin's career.
Yes, it would.
It would feel like Nexus all over again.
Well, actually, that was the last time he won at SummerSlam. Fun fact.
Really?
Yeah, I just read up on it. Literally in the past minute.
He has a really bad winning streak.
2011, he lost against CM Punk. 2012, he lost against CM Punk. 2013, he lost against Daniel Bryan. 2014, he lost against Brock Lesnar. 2015, he lost against Seth Rollins. 2016, he lost against AJ Styles.
Yeah, so, yeah.
And then in 2009, he lost to Randy Orton.
He's definitely paying for that 2010 victory, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's the whole reason why he's losing at it.
So is the entire Nexus stable. But
let's move on to the next prediction, which is Randy Orton versus Rusev.
No.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, we could do Randy Orton versus Rusev.
Yeah, Randy Orton versus Rusev.
All right. Randy Orton versus Rusev. Who you got and why?
1, 2, 3.
Machka.
Rusev. Okay.
Stupid idiot.
Should have said Machka. You've been saying it for the past month and a half. Machka, Rusev. And the one time I actually throw in that whole Machka, you don't do it.
You know what? You just made the list.
My apologies. Okay, I get it. But we're both picking Rusev.
Yes.
If he doesn't win, I'm going to be really mad.
I think he is. Especially Randy Orton's rumored to be taking time off after SummerSlam. Rusev should get the win, and it would propel him into the United States title picture. And I feel like it would be good for Rusev to get a win over someone like Randy Orton. Was he 14-time world champion? I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
14-time world champion. And guaranteed Hall of Famer. Rusev getting a clean victory over Randy Orton for something like that would be very good.
Well, he definitely needs it after the whole John Cena thing. So
it's a flag match. It's going to suck regardless. It was detrimental to both their careers.
False. I thought it was very entertaining.
You are of one.
Probably. But regardless of that fact, Rusev, I think not only has to win, but probably will win.
Yes. Our next predictions on the card is Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt.
Okay, a couple things on this. One, will we see the Demon?
Yes.
Will Balor win?
Yes.
Okay, I agree with that. Which just sucks for Bray Wyatt, but at the same time, I mean, I think it depends. If we don't see the Demon, then Finn loses.
Yes.
If we do, then he wins.
Yes.
That's how I'm
Finn
seeing
Balor
it.
only wins with the demon. But
No, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's true. I didn't
Bray
think about that for a
Wyatt
second.
needs to turn face. He needs it. He needs to turn face.
But also the heavyweight division, like that whole main card aspect of it, needs more baby faces anyway. It's filled with tweeners.
I would love to see Bray Wyatt versus Big Cass.
I would love to see that too.
You
now that
stabbed
just
your
said it.
friend in the back.
Now prepare to face the wrath of Sister Abigail.
Oh, that'd be sick. But I don't know. I feel
How
like
would even hold on, how would he even put the Sister Abigail on someone like Big Cass?
kick him in the nuts. Proceed to Sister Abigail.
That's
him.
not really a face thing to do.
Tell that to the Undertaker in 2015.
Okay.
He did it twice.
He's the Undertaker.
He did it twice.
He's still the Undertaker. You can't not cheer for the Undertaker.
Bray Wyatt is an Undertaker in the making.
So is like 3 other guys that WWE has at the moment.
Not like Bray Wyatt. He can control lightning from his rocking chair. He has his fireflies. But we do feel like Finn Balor will win, and we will see the return of the Demon King persona. Now, what do you see Finn Balor going with from here? Continue through to Bray Wyatt, perhaps?
Maybe.
What if Finn Balor converts Bray Wyatt to the Balor Club?
Ooh. Yeah, but then that's kind of the... I don't know. That'd be a cool idea.
Like Finn Balor versus the Good Brothers and stuff, and Bray Wyatt slowly turns face against them, and then they feud against the Good Brothers of Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows.
Are they officially called the Good Brothers now? Or are they still called the Club?
They're called Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson.
Are they the Club, though? Or are they the Good Brothers?
They're both. They're neither. They're not important enough to have an official tag team name. I don't know. Freak.
Do you like the fact that it's called the Demon King and not just the Demon?
I'm okay with the Demon King.
I don't know. It sounds too much like the Demon King. Like Kane.
You're the only one that thinks that.
No, I'm actually not. When it first came
No,
on
when
the
it
thing,
first-
a lot of people were thinking that.
Yeah, but now it's the Demon King.
I don't know.
Kane hasn't been on TV in the past year. We don't think of Kane anymore.
Which is sad. I like Kane.
I want to see him versus Baron Corbin.
Kane and Baron Corbin.
That would have been nice.
All right. But let's move on to the next match.
Big Show versus Big Cass in a shark with Enzo Amore suspended in a shark cage.
1, 2, 3.
Big Casshole.
Big Castle.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Before, do you believe that the only reason they're putting the shark cage in there is so they could sell more? To
Yes.
sell more kids more shark cage ring accessories.
Yes. Only reason why.
Do you like the shark cage?
I think it does nothing. It does absolutely nothing. Because people still find a way to interfere in the freaking match.
Do you think Enzo would interfere in the match, though?
No, because he's a face. Faces don't interfere in matches. They have something called honor.
What is there a possibility that he turns heel and re-teams up with Big Cass?
No.
Okay, I'm just putting it out there.
I think Big Cass will demolish the Big Show. And
is there a possibility it's somehow big after destroying the Big Show that Big Cass gets to like the crane operation of like the shark cage and then drops Enzo Amore?
I don't think he's going to drop Enzo Amore. I feel like that's going to be too much.
All right. I mean, like they do it in a way like it's okay, but at the same time it's not okay. Like it's okay, like okay, I could believe that he's gonna be safe under these circumstances. My belief is still gonna be in that, but at the same time, like that's such a heel thing to do.
My belief is that Big Cass will take him down from the cage and proceed to throw him through a table off the stage.
Okay. All right, I like that.
So this way he could do it safely and then still be like, I am the Big Casshole. Hear me roar. I'm coming for the Universal Championship. Roar. And then Enzo leaves for a couple of weeks and joins the Cruiserweight division.
There are rumors that he's bound to head back to NXT.
Either that or manager. He's got a lot of heat on him, so I don't know what the hell they're going to do with him.
I feel bad for Enzo. Like, honestly, he was like the real crux of that tag team. And to see him get this much heat that he's no longer going to be on Raw, that really sucks.
My favorite moment from Enzo Amore when he versed Brock Lesnar in the Royal Rumble. That was awesome.
That was a great moment. Let's go to the next match. For the Cruiserweight Championship, Neville versus Akira Tozawa. 1, 2, 3.
Get
Neville.
on my Neville level.
Neville!
Yo,
he's going to be a year-long champion. It's just, for me, Tozawa isn't a big enough name to dethrone him. I feel like Johnny Gargano would be, and that would be awesome to see. Or if Austin Aries was still in WWE, he probably would have, but...
I still like my prediction from way long ago. Not sure if you remember it.
No, which was?
So, before we released our official podcast, we had a couple of interesting podcasts just to test. And I made a bold prediction on the show that it would be Neville being a year-long Cruiserweight champion and having him verse Pete Dunne at WrestleMania for the United Kingdom Championship.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
And you were salivating.
Yes, because I love that idea.
That
idea was so good.
And I would love to see that.
Hold on. If that's going to happen, do you think we'll start seeing Pete Dunne more on WWE television? Because he's still on the independent scene in the UK. We'll start seeing him more
That'd be good for the United Kingdom Championship, especially if they're going to try and promote network specials of it. I feel like that'd be best for the United Kingdom Championship. I still wholeheartedly believe Cruiserweight Championship should be defended more on the NXT side along with the United Kingdom Championship. But if they start making cross-promotional stuff with the Cruiserweight Championship, the United Kingdom Championship, it would be beneficial for both titles.
Yes, but that's also because of how terribly they're managing the cruiserweights. We're a month away from really talking about it. I think we are. We'll have to work out the kinks and stuff.
Imagine Neville versus Pete Dunne in a 2 out of 3 falls match. The first fall decides the Cruiserweight Championship, and the second fall decides the United Kingdom Championship.
Yeah, I would like that. Yeah. I would like that idea a lot.
Something reminiscent of Chris Jericho, Benoit, and Kurt Angle for the Intercontinental and European Championships.
Yes, I like that a lot.
That would be good.
That would be so good.
Yes.
But, I mean, I can't even talk about the cruiserweights right now. It's just, they're just an utter disappointment to me. But let's move on to the next one. New Day versus the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
I think the New Day is going to keep it here.
I don't know. I feel like the Usos are going to get it back. I don't know why. I
don't think they're going to get it back right away.
I don't know. They did some pretty good moments in the past couple of weeks on SmackDown. They jumped the New Day. They used the New Day's opening a couple of times. It was really good.
It's gotten really intense, but I don't think the Usos are going to take it back from the New Day. Because if that's the case, the Usos should have won at Battleground, and then the New Day proceed to lose the titles, to win the titles at SummerSlam.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that. I mean,
otherwise we got another.
I don't know what they're doing with the New Day. That's my real issue with it. Because it's possible they lose it now, let's say, and then they have another rematch on SmackDown, and then they do that whole turn within the New Day and implode that. There's that possibility. I
can see that, but the fact that they have so little tag teams on SmackDown as is, I think they're going to hold off on the New Day breaking up.
Well, I mean, if we get the debut of hopefully something happening with the Fashion Files, I mean...
Yeah, that would be nice.
There's something. But let's kick off to...
I still think New Day is going to win, though. And you think who?
Usos.
Usos? All right, so we got our...
See, so there's...
we're at 3 predictions where we're okay, we're differing.
Which is good. That means there's definitely going to be a new champion at least. AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens for the U.S. Championship. 1, 2, 3.
AJ Styles. Which leads to a Kevin Owens feud with Shane O'Mac.
Well, I don't know about that.
It has to happen.
Well, no, I know that. Here's this weird thing that's been going on house shows, though. Have you heard about this?
What?
There's house shows going on, and they're testing. They're probably testing for new feuds and stuff like that to put on television. And the main feud is probably going to be Jinder versus Sami Zayn. If that's going to be the case, that's if Jinder wins, let's say. and they got an interesting run-in for help
Yes,
with Kevin Owens.
but that was in Canada.
I mean, it's still something. You can't just do that just for speculation. Like, it's been going on for a year that those two hate each other.
Yes.
So there's a good, healthy speculation on that's possible.
I don't think that's happening yet. I think Kevin Owens, the amount of fire Kevin Owens has with Shane O'Mac has to lead to a match.
Well, especially what he did when they had like that three-way talk amongst them, where he brought up the beatdown video AJ gave to Shane last March, and then the very, very old 1998 screwjob he gave to Stone Cold against Mankind for the WWE title, I believe.
That was 98 or 99. I think it was 98.
The good times for the Attitude Era, where he just flips the bird to Stone Cold, which was awesome. And I was like, wow, I can't believe they rehashed that. Like, that's how they should use the WWE Network.
Mm-hmm.
To bring up old archive photos and videos, to bring into new storylines right now. Like, that's the only way you can really properly market the network to people.
Yeah.
But
even I kind of don't want the network anymore.
But, I mean, that's how you properly market the network anyway. But to go on to the AJ and Kevin Owens, they're out of every match, that might be match of the night. Maybe. I don't see Jinder and Shinsuke being the match of the night, and I feel like
4-way's going to be match of the night. 4-way's going to be match of the night.
Possibly. I feel like they're going to definitely have the moments of the night. I don't know if it's going to be match quality-wise. I feel like
it's going to be
quality-wise. I feel like it's going to be AJ and Kevin Owens.
It's going to be U.S. champ versus Universal champ. That's what it's going to end up being.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Then we have Naomi versus Natalya for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
I think it's going to be Naomi with a Carmella cash-in.
I think that the cash-in part is right.
Yes.
I think Natalya is going to win, though.
Really? Why are you thinking Natalya?
I don't know. There's just something about these veteran women in WWE that used to be divas. And they've just gotten better with this new women's evolution aspect that they've had. And they've just been really good. Like, Alicia Fox wrestles now.
Mm-hmm. That's
something we wouldn't have said, 3 years ago. Mickie James is back. And Natalya has not a compelling character, but has, character. Real character work.
Yes.
Under her belt. So, there's a possibility. That's just one of my predictions. If it happens, I'm a genius at booking these things. There's a possibility of it not happening? Yeah. But there's definitely going to be a cash-in, and it's definitely... Carmella's walking out there, the women's champion for SmackDown.
I do think Naomi, though, is going to be the one that gets cashed in on, in my opinion.
Well, the only reason why I think Natalya, because I want Natalya to be in that picture for the three of them.
Yes.
And then I would like to see Carmella and Natalya feud. That's what I would personally like to see.
That would be good, but then who would be the face? Natalya? Natalya's doing great work as a heel.
Yes, but then she kind of got screwed over. Carmella, pins Naomi, so she's out of the way. And Natalya feels like she got screwed out. And then bringing that whole... she got screwed, what every single heart family has always been screwed in WWE. So there's that aspect to it.
I just want Charlotte to come into the picture in her feud with someone for the women's championship.
Yeah, me too. I mean, at this point, I honestly don't know. There's a possibility of Charlotte doing something with Ronda or something like that. Whether she's doing a backstage promo and calling that monster that is Ronda Rousey out. That would be so awesome to see. And I will be smiling ear to ear when that happens. So,
all right.
First, the co-main event, which is probably going to be one of the very first cards of the night, in my opinion.
Matches, yeah.
Yeah, I think that this is such a real test of seeing if these guys can really be in the main event scene.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE World Championship.
Yes.
Let me before we do our prediction for it, let me just say I feel really bad for the WWE World Championship.
Yes.
That's the one that I feel like has gotten the most abused. I mean, with AJ, it was different. With AJ Styles holding that belt, that was the most important belt ever. And I'm not saying anything bad about Jinder or John or Shinsuke if he wins. I'm just saying it's gone through a real beating in the last, several months. And unfortunately, that's not Jinder's fault. I still believe they were marketing to the Indian market when they gave Jinder the belt.
Yeah.
So
I got my prediction for it.
Me too. 1, 2, 3.
Baron Corbin.
I think Nakamura's going to win the match. But yeah, another cash in.
I'm thinking Corbin's going to cash in mid-match to make it a triple threat and pin Mahal. Reminiscent of WrestleMania 31.
Okay, yeah.
I'd rather see that and have him take out Mahal, steal the victory from Shinsuke, and have Shinsuke go on a tear. I would love that. And then have Baron Corbin proceed to bury Jinder into the ground.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You really don't like Jinder at this, do you?
Jinder he did so much damage to the WWE Championship.
I'm not going to put blame all of it on Jinder.
I'm not blaming all of it on Jinder, but Jinder's...
Well, you just said, Jinder put a real beating on... Well, really damaged the WWE
Well, think of it. He went from jobber to world champion in a month.
Yes, but that's not really his fault, though.
I know.
He was put in that position, I think, by Vince, who's like, yeah, look at this big, muscly man right here. This guy deserves a championship belt. And then they gave him to Randy Orton, who was the worst person to work with. It would have been better if that was John, because I feel like John would have gave him way more of a boost than Randy. Not to say anything bad about Randy, it's just, they just did not have chemistry.
I got
that's
you.
What really hurt it.
I feel like Corbin, though, is going to cash in midway, because I feel like that's who he is as a person, too. I think he'd rather steal it.
During the whole thing?
Yeah.
And
I could see
feuding with Shinsuke more?
It would then feud with Shinsuke for the WWE World Championship.
Where does Jinder go after this? Back to Jobber City?
I don't
know. The whole Jinder Mahal aspect into this is just so bizarre to me. But also, I want to see a photo at some point where you have Drew McIntyre as the NXT champion, Jinder Mahal still the WWE World Champion, and then you have Heath Slater with a replica toy one from the merch table, and then you have 3MB. That'd be the funniest Instagram post of all time.
That would be.
I would love to see that. I'm predicting that's gonna happen. I really want that to happen. Don't disappoint me, guys. Don't disappoint me.
They will.
Yeah. God. Anyway.
But I think Corbin's going to cash in on Mahal in a triple threat match. Making it a triple threat, pinning Mahal after Shinsuke knocks him out with a Kinshasa. And I could see him not, coming in, taking out the Singh brothers, and then cashing in. You know what I mean? I feel like there would be some kind of distraction, which will leave both of them unconscious. And then Corbin comes in, cashes in, takes out the Singh brothers in spectacular fashion, and then takes out both of them and then pins Mahal.
Yeah, that's a possibility. I can see that happening. I don't know. This card, I feel like this whole card, well, we'll go into the whole overview of this whole card when we're done.
Yes.
I have a lot to say about it. But the last one is going to be the Fatal 4-Way match for the Universal title, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe versus Braun Strowman.
Yes.
Who do you got?
I got Samoa Joe coming in after Braun Strowman goes on a tear and choking out Roman Reigns to win the Universal Championship.
I believe, and this is probably the most unpopular opinion that I will ever make. Hopefully I'll ever make. But I believe Roman Reigns is going to win.
You know what? You just made the list.
Made the list twice.
Stupid idiot. You know what? You just made the list.
Okay, 3 times.
I think it's at 4. Maybe 5.
No, it's definitely not 5. But it.
Why Roman?
Okay. Because earlier in the show, we talked about the tag teams. And I said that Seth and Dean are going to win. This is where we're going to get our long-awaited heel turn from Roman. In my belief, that they're going to come out and take out Samoa Joe. Brock Lesnar is probably going to be dealing with Braun Strowman at some point or something like that outside of the ring. And all three of them are going to triple powerbomb Samoa Joe in the middle of the ring. And then Roman Reigns, 1, 2, 3, becomes champion. And then all 3 members of the Shield at SummerSlam, you reunite as heels with championship gold around their waists. You're giving me that look where it's like, oh, God, I don't want this to happen.
I don't.
You're telling me you wouldn't mark out to see a Shield reunion?
You know how detrimental that would be to the... I would mark out. No, don't get me wrong, but you know how detrimental that would be long term?
How?
What other babyface tag teams do you got? Exactly.
Well, you'd have the Hardys, and they're not feuding with the Revival anymore.
Yeah, you got the Hardys. You know, so what? You're gonna have the Hardys versus Seth and Dean?
Yes. Why not?
I don't know. I just feel like that's not.
I don't know. I feel like that's my strongest indication because the past Monday, where there was the last man standing match, you had Roman Reigns already get choked out. Like, Roman Reigns has been basically buried on that, and usually rule of thumb is that whoever gets the most usually is gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, like, logically how that's gonna work. I could be 100% wrong.
I hope you're wrong. That sounds like a terrible idea.
No, because you're the Shield. The Shield.
No, that's not an excuse. That's not a reason. Just because, like, oh, I want the Shield back, so let's just make them all heels. No, it just
Or they take, or like instead of Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman face off, and then it's Brock Lesnar. Then you triple powerbomb Brock Lesnar. 1, 2, 3.
No,
I don't know. That to me, I feel like that's what they're planning on doing.
I don't know.
Could be wrong.
I think Samoa Joe's gonna do what he does best: sneak in, take a choke, and win. But you want to hear my dad's prediction?
What?
Braun Strowman wins.
I mean, that's what I was originally gonna go with, but
then feuds with John Cena for the Universal Championship.
I would love to see that. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
this is my father's prediction. Carl Jones's prediction. My dad says that Braun Strowman will win the Fatal 4-Way for the Universal Championship. Takes out Roman, feuds with John Cena, while John Cena goes for his 17th World Championship and the title he's never won.
yeah. I like that. Don't get me wrong. And originally, that was my original plan until I saw Roman Reigns get beat down pretty much every week.
Roman Reigns won like a couple weeks ago in a triple threat match.
Yeah, but then he got choked out.
Yeah, from behind.
Still,
He got choked.
He just got like the under. He just has like no real momentum going into this, and that's what makes me think like, oh, okay, he's probably gonna win. I'm doing this one solely for the belt. You said it yourself. You're putting it on the line. I want the belt, and this is what I think the belt will get me.
I think it's going to be Joe. Especially since Paul Heyman's pushing for it backstage.
I mean, how much real power does Paul have behind backstage?
Paul is pushing for Samoa Joe to take the belt off of Brock.
He's also pushed for Finn Balor to do it, but Finn Balor ain't in this picture, so what's your point?
No, he just did that on screen.
I'm pretty sure he meant Finn Balor to also
No.
do that. Yeah.
How about this? Samoa Joe versus Finn Balor for the Universal Championship at Survivor Series. Finn Balor tries to win the title. He never lost. And a rehash of their NXT feud.
That's a possibility.
There you go. Now change your prediction.
I'm not doing that. I'm
Okay.
sticking with it because I'm probably going to lose anyway, but still.
Yes.
I'm sticking with it. So I think we have four different predictions. We have the Universal one. We have Tag Team SmackDown. We have Raw Women and Raw Tag Team.
And the WWE World Championship.
I mean, yeah, okay. Yeah,
We both agree on the Corbin cash-in.
But I believe that Shinsuke will win the match itself.
I feel like Corbin will sneak in. And we won't get a definite resolution.
Okay.
So it'll all come down to how he cashes in.
Yeah, that's true.
And if he cashes in. Now, if if he doesn't cash in, you still win the Shinsuke Nakamura thing.
Well, yeah. But if Corbin cashes in and then gets the title, because that's how I'm thinking. I'm thinking of it as match by match basis.
Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna do 2 cash-ins on baby faces.
They might.
I don't
Although
think so.
Mine would technically be a heel.
Heel babyface. I think it's gonna be swapped, but I just don't think Jinder Mahal's gonna walk out with any type of victory.
That's really sad.
That is sad, but he also got creamed by Orton clean, so that's kind of indicative of how they think of him.
Yeah, I know.
But like, I don't think, and then also Nakamura has heat, too, with Vince McMahon.
Oh, because he can't speak English?
No, because of the whole thing with Cena.
Oh, because he almost snapped his neck?
Yeah.
It was an accident.
He
it's
was
not like Nakamura did
in
on
more
purpose.
defensive Cena. Don't get me wrong, but if that persists, Corbin they could just be like, all right, Corbin, we kind of don't want to ruin Shinsuke's momentum, and we realize Ginger's a failure, so we're just gonna have you cash in on a triple threat.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
And then have him end of days Great Khali after Great Khali tries to make a return.
How could you even? Okay, hold on. Before we get into the overview of this card, how would you think Baron Corbin would do an end of days to Great Khali? Please imagine that, because remember, Great Khali has no knees. How is that possible?
I don't know. It'd be hilarious.
Oh God, it would be the funniest thing in the world. And then Great Khali would have no legs at this point. He would be a stump of a man.
Oh yeah.
And though sad, I would be crying in laughter.
Or maybe a deep 6. That seems like more deep 6 on a table. Just because that seems more plausible.
Oh God. Oh man, I would love to see that though.
Yes.
But I mean, an overall view of this card, it's a couple of them you kind of know, but the other ones you really don't.
Yeah, it's very stacked. You have, I believe it's every championship except for the Intercontinental Championship for some ungodly reason.
We don't know that yet, though.
I don't think it's going to be added, though.
That's a possibility, and we just don't know that yet.
That would be 13 matches on the card.
Well, there's also pre-show, so at least 3 of them. Which ones would be on the pre-card, though?
Cruiserweight Championship, probably Big Cass.
That'd be really sad if it was Big Cass. I feel like Big Cass is probably gonna be on the main card, though.
I think Big Cass would be on the kickoff show. I don't know. If you want to advertise a freaking shark cage.
Yeah, that's true. It would be on the kickoff. It would be on something free that if people don't have the network for, then yeah, it would make sense.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Big Cass is going to end up on the pre-show. Maybe Cruiserweight Championship too. I'm not entirely sure. That's how it usually is in the Big Four. Cruiserweight Championship just goes on the kickoff. But, I don't know. This has the potential to be a very good card.
It definitely does. And I think it's just going to keep upholding this legacy that SummerSlam has of, like, you're never going to know what's going to happen.
Yes.
I think, what was it, last year's? Last year's was with Brock Lesnar and Orton, right?
Yes.
That was the one that I was, like, really disappointed at the end. But also at the same time, like, yeah, it made sense that they did it that way.
I blame McGregor.
Can't blame McGregor on it. He had nothing to do with it.
McGregor, a couple weeks before that happened, he said that all wrestlers are just wimps and pansies and that it's not real. So
he's going to get his ass beat by Mayweather anyway, so I don't want to hear it from him.
Not going to lie, I'm rooting for McGregor.
I mean, I'm rooting for McGregor
because
too. But
Mayweather beat Pacquiao. I'm still upset about that.
It's okay. But Mayweather's going to beat his ass, though.
But if he doesn't run.
Okay, we're not going to get into that whole argument again just because there's not this stuff. But SummerSlam, I think, is going to uphold its legacy of, like, you're never going to know what's going to happen. It's always going to end in some sort of controversy.
Yes.
That we're always going to hate, which is why I'm thinking Shield reunion.
I'm thinking Samoa Joe comes in and chokes from behind. Because that's been his MO as of late. That's how he beat Finn Balor twice. He beat Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt using that technique. He allowed Braun Strowman to win by beating Roman Reigns with that technique. He almost beat Brock Lesnar with that technique. That technique's been working for him. He injured Seth Rollins with that technique. That's his MO. Come from behind and take advantage of the opportunity. This type of match is perfectly made for Samoa Joe. It's tailor-made for him.
I mean, again, it's hard to really say because the card itself is built like you really can't accurately predict the outcome of it.
I know.
So you don't know. You don't know for sure. That's just, yeah, it makes a lot of sense to put it that way because every single person has a legitimate, like in that Fatal 4 alone, every person in that match.
But it's tailor-made for Samoa Joe. If it was a Royal Rumble match, I would put Braun Strowman. But in a Fatal 4-way, Samoa Joe could walk out the Universal Champion. Brock Lesnar in a singles competition, definitely. Same with Roman Reigns. They're best off in singles competitions. Braun Strowman, very good in like a large-scale setting of just multitude of people, such as like a Royal Rumble or a Battle Royal. I feel like he'd be better off in that scenario. But in something like this, to pick your spot, I feel like it would best suit Samoa Joe.
Yeah, I see your point, but I don't know. SummerSlam is always filled with controversy, which is what I'm chalking it up to.
That's where I feel like the Jinder Shinsuke thing's going to happen.
Well, we'll see. It's not the first time.
And it won't be the last.
Which is always its legacy. But that's our show for the week. Hope you guys enjoy SummerSlam. We hope you enjoy Brooklyn. We didn't do that predictions thing because we never usually do. Mm-hmm. We will talk about it. But I don't know. I think it's going to be fun.
I think it's going to be definitely interesting. Stay tuned for our full card predictions the Sunday of the pay-per-view. And we will also be throwing in our predictions for NXT TakeOver as well.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about it.
We'll throw in like a little social media thing just for kicks.
Yeah, I'll message you all the things. And if I see it, I'll see it.
And keep a lookout in the upcoming weeks for t-shirt designs. Let us know what you guys think. And yeah, that's our show. Thank you, everyone, for staying tuned for our podcast. Special shout out to the Sachem Public Library for their continued use of their equipment and space. If you would like to continue listening to us, please follow us on our social media on Twitter at Marks for Life Pod, Instagram at Marks for Life Podcast, and Facebook Marks for Life Podcast. And continue to support us through Patreon and SoundCloud at Marks for Life Podcast. And now, check out our YouTube channel, Marks for Life Podcast. Our podcast and new content are coming soon to you. Until next time, Audio Marks.